Hello, and thank you for joining me on The Average EV. On today's episode, I'm going to be doing the first Boomerang Challenge ever. I'm super excited to bring you this challenge. I was trying to find something I could do to show you all that EVs are really easy to use, even if you get what I'm calling a consumer car. So the average person, that's the namesake of my channel. So I'm gonna drive from here, Owings Mills, Maryland, Electrify America, all the way to the Raleigh, North Carolina, Electrify America. And I'm gonna see how fast I can do it with how few charges and how little charging time. Because when you're on a road trip, you obviously don't wanna be charging your whole life. So I'm going to be going over some charging strategies as I go along and see what I can do so I can get the best time. And then what's cool about this challenge is it's going to be repeatable and measurable. So I'm going to do this with other vehicles. The next one is going to be the 2023 ID4 when we get that, hopefully soon. We'll see. But anyways, I think it's going to be cool content to bring to you all so you all can get an idea of, is this car going to work for my lifestyle? Can I take on road trips if I want to? And whatever other questions you might have. So first off, I'm here. I'm charging up to 100, which is painful. But I got to do it for the sake of science. Right now, I'm 92%. Once I hit 100%, I'm going to unplug and we're going to get this journey started. My initial guess, I'm hoping to do this one in 12 hours with the Kona electric. I don't need to charge too much or too long. I'll probably do a total of an hour and a half or 2 hours of charging, I would imagine, for the entire trip. So we'll see how it goes. But like I said, I'll keep you all up to date. And here we go. First Boomerang Challenge. All right, so while I'm charging up to 100, I thought I'd check out the station, see what we got here. So we've got our 150 and Chatamo. We've got the one I'm charging on, which is the 150 and 150. Of course, you can only use one stall at a time. And then we've got two more 150s, but I don't know if you can see this. They are unavailable. I got a black screen. Yikes. Fortunately, there are two that are working here, in case anybody's wondering. Here they are, made in December, actually New Year's Eve 2020. Look at that. Here again, same day, New Year's Eve. I've been here before and both these stations were working, but now they're not working, so I wonder how long they've been offline. I might go check PlugShare, and what is Electrify America doing to fix it? There's been a lot of stuff online recently about charging infrastructure and whether it works and whatnot, and this is certainly frustrating. Not for me because I don't road trip a lot, but if someone had to rely upon these, they can't, which is definitely not cool. Now I thought of a kind of an analogy to gas pumping. Like every once in a while, you know, you'll go to a gas station and there'll be a gas pump down, but fortunately those get fixed pretty quick, but that's because the equipment doesn't cost a lot of money. I know, but well, as much money as a charger, I guess I should say. But how can we get to a point where these can get fixed faster? Hopefully these new chargers they have, maybe the components are cheaper, or since there's only one cable, they only have to replace one cable if it's broken. I don't know, but maybe having local Electrify America, I don't know, tech support so that they can come out and fix them quickly and be able to respond to issues faster. So anything to help. I'm not one to really complain about stuff like this, but it definitely does need to be improved, and I'm sure there are ways that they can do it. Again, like I said, hopefully the new chargers will be a good solution. They won't break as often and they can get to them faster, but we'll see what happens. I'm interested to see when we come back tomorrow if these chargers are still offline or if they're online. I don't know. And I'm interested to see how many chargers are offline on our trip. Maybe I'll do an offline charger count. So right now we're at 2, so we'll see how that goes. So this is the Chatham. I wanted to bring up one more piece of etiquette while I'm waiting here to charge up to 100. When I got here, there's a Bolt EV and they charge super slow. And he was plugged into this 150 kilowatt, 50 kilowatt Chatham. And this one that I'm charging on right now was not being used at all. So maybe I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe someone was in that spot. But if you roll up and your car charges at 150 and there's another 150 open, go to the 150, leave the Chatham open for a Leaf, okay? Because there's a lot of Leaf owners out there, and they want to be able to charge their vehicles too. So just think about that when you come to a charging stop. But anyways, hopefully my car charges a little bit faster and we can get on the road. All right, we are all charged up and ready to go, 100%. It's kind of funny, the Kona, it turns to 99% and then it's just done. It's like, okay, all right, cool. Well, anyways, it is charged up. We're ready to go. When I get in the car, I'm gonna go over the route plan and let you all know my thoughts. All right, so here's the plan. I'm gonna try and make it to Emporia in one fell swoop. We're gonna see if we can do it. I think we can. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Worst comes to worst, we can bail out in Richmond, but I think we'll be all right to make it all the way to Emporia. I think it's being a little conservative, and I think we can do it. I think we can do it. All right, here we go. Let's get on the road. All right, here we are. 288 miles of projected range. 288 miles at 100%. 12:30. Probably gonna get off at 12:31. Here we go. All right, everybody, just got on 95. So I wanted to talk about a couple other rules for the Boomerang Challenge that I did not go over. So first thing is, I already said this, but I have to go to Raleigh and back. So that's the Boomerang. We throw a boomerang, comes back. Second is I have to stay on 95 as long as possible until I have to get off so I can go to Raleigh. You can get there going 85, but I want to stay on 95 because if anybody who's watching travels up and down 95, they can at least get a little intel on what the charging infrastructure is like on the I-95 corridor from Baltimore all the way down to Rocky Mount, which is when I'm going to get off and go over to Raleigh. So that's number 2. And number 3, which is kind of number 2, I don't have to go the same way every time I do the Boomerang Challenge. I want to go the fastest way. The reason I'm doing it this way, and this is a little less scientific if I were to compare later. However, if you all were to be on a road trip, you're not going to go one way just because that's the one way you want to go. You're going to go the fastest way based off of traffic and other things. So in construction, I'm using Waze. Waze is helping guide me, making sure I make the right choices as far as driving. I've used Waze since it first came out. Like, no one knew about it and I was using Waze, and it's never let me down. So maybe some people have had bad experiences with Waze, but I have not. So anyways, so those are the rules. Again, not as scientific as maybe some other challenges, but I'm trying to keep this real world. What would you do if you're in my situation? Or what would I do if I was in your situation? Whichever way you want it to be. trying to get somewhere, going on a long trip, going on vacation. I want to get there as quick as I can. I want to limit my charging as much as I can. What is that going to look like? And hopefully this is what the Boomerang test can be for you all. Another thing too is speed. I'm making sure I'm not going over the speed limit, and I'm following the flow of traffic. So hopefully, hopefully I can keep to that and make sure I'm doing that. And also, when you follow the speed limit, you tend to help preserve your consumption, or your battery, so that you aren't having to stop earlier than you need to. I am running without climate on because that helps preserve battery, and it's 56 degrees outside. I have a hoodie on, I'm comfortable. If you were road tripping with your family, I see this be like the new thing, the family road trip in an electric car. Like, just put on your hoodie. We can't stop. We don't want to kill the battery. So I see that being a new thing. I don't know. I think that could be interesting. So if I needed to put it on, I would put it on. I'd let you all know and how that would affect our consumption. But right now I feel good. I'm feeling warmed up, ready to go, ready to get to Emporia, and can't wait. Speaking of Emporia, I was using a better route planner, and I'm still going to use it because it's going to just make sure I'm not making bad decisions. But a better route planner was saying I was going to have to stop in Richmond and charge for 5 minutes to get 3%. It eventually finally recalculated to telling me I can make it to Emporia on one charge, so I'm pretty pleased with that. The only thing I'm a little confused by a better route planner people is Waze and a better route planner. My arrival time to Emporia is different. So Waze has me getting there an hour and a half earlier than a better route planner. So I'm not sure what maps. I thought Waze was pulling from Apple Maps, so I'm not sure. So if they are pulling from Apple Maps, maybe Apple needs to get it together. But I'm gonna trust Waze. I'm gonna make it there. I'm thinking I can do this. I'm thinking I can definitely be under 12 hours. Maybe the low 11 pluses. We'll see. But anyways, wanted to give you all a quick little update. And I will follow up later and see how we do, hopefully once I arrive to Emporia with plenty of battery left. All right, see you then. All right, everybody, we're about 30 some miles away from Emporia. We're gonna make it, just like I calculated, hours and hours of calculations. Just kidding. I ballparked it, but we're gonna make it. Should get there with, I would say, 4 to 5% battery left, which is perfect. My car, as long as the battery's not too hot, should go up to 77 kilowatts. For the speed, so that would be good. I noticed, so I had a huge buffer. I had like a 54-mile buffer, and there was a point where it started to go down. So basically, what happened was, and I was looking at the wind too, we were doing great. We had a tailwind, helps with efficiency. And then right when we got to Richmond, we ran into a headwind, and we're still going into the headwind, which is why the efficiency keeps dropping and dropping and dropping. So that's just something to consider if you're someone who is newer to EV driving and you want a road trip. You always want to leave some sort of buffer. I essentially had like a, I don't know, 10%, 5 to 10% buffer. If you want to play it safe, do 10%. Just because, there are a lot of factors that affect efficiency, like the wind and like other aspects of the weather. It's also colder out. It's 57 degrees. You know, the optimal driving temperature is like 68 to like 70, you know, mid 70s. So this is not optimal temperature, although it is keeping my battery cool, so I should get a good charge session when I get to Emporia, which I'm excited for. That's kind of that. Once we get to Emporia, I'm going to charge up to get to Raleigh in one fell swoop. I don't know if I'm going to go so I get to Raleigh at a low state of charge, or if I want to just like go until it starts to taper, which would be around like 60s, mid 60s. So I'll see what I'm feeling when I get there. See if I need to take a little bit more of a break or not. All right, getting close to Emporia. Just got a low EV battery warning, so if you drive a Kona electric, this is what happens. It says I got 17 miles. I've only got 11 miles to the charger, so I'm definitely gonna make it there. Here's what we got on the dashboard. Going speed limit. Should make it in time. Give you all any updates if I have some reduced power before we get to the charger. All right, everybody, got another warning here. Low EV battery, 5%, not showing me my range. Put me in the infamous turtle mode, but I'm still going 70 miles an hour, so that's good. But definitely gonna make it, not worried about it. Gonna be able to charge up, no worries. I'll see you all in Emporia. All right, we've arrived to Emporia. So here are the stats so far. Better. Yep. So we went 231.1 miles, 3.8 miles per kilowatt hour, and 3 hours and 38 minutes of driving. And full disclosure, I did stop to go to the bathroom at one point in time. So it was like I think it was 5 minutes, but I'm not deducting because that's how a road trip is. Sometimes you gotta go to the bathroom. So there it is. There's turtle mode. Oh, well, let me zoom in. There it is, turtle mode. So we're here, gonna plug in, see what kind of speeds we're getting. Man, the green it's so bright. All right, well, anyways, here we are. It's always a pleasure to see the Signet units, so you know that your odds are pretty good that they're gonna work. So plugged in, communicating. I have to log off real quick so I can turn on the charge. There we go, we are initiating. Let's see what we get. Hoping for 77. 77. Come on, 77. All right, let's see what we got. $42, $47, $49, $50, $52, $58, $60. Come on. $64. All right. That's okay. That's okay. Maybe it'll get a little faster when the battery warms up. We'll see. If not, I can live with that. All right, everybody, I'm on my way back to the car. Had to go use the restroom. I finally remembered the thing I forgot. So the Kona does really well in mixed driving situations. Lower speeds, you know, city, a little bit of highway here and there. Nothing crazy, nothing over like 55, 60 miles an hour. And I usually get really great efficiency. I'm talking, you know, 4.1 to 5.1 miles per kilowatt hour. But while I love my Kona, she does not like all highway driving. As soon as I did this all highway driving, her efficiency dropped a lot. And that's to be expected. It's not a EV. It's not made to be an EV. It's the you know, the Kona body. It's just with an electric motor in it. So it doesn't have a great you know, drag coefficient. So, and then you take that and you add on the headwinds we were dealing with, and this efficiency drop. So it's all good though. Plenty of range to make it to the charger. Full disclosure again, everybody, I made a big blunder. I forgot to bring my my level 1, level 2 charger. So if we didn't make it, I had no backup plan, but I made it. So, you know, that's all I'm gonna say. So glad I made it. I'm probably gonna play it a little bit safer the rest of the trip. I do plan on charger hopping the rest of the trip, not doing deep charges and going big stretches, but doing a bunch of smaller legs. It's pretty good for charging and charging speeds, and also me not being stressed out. So yeah, and I just want to take the moment to say I kind of look like Bruce Banner in the Marvel Cinematic Universe when he figures out how to kind of look like Bruce Banner but also be the Hawk at the same time. So thank you, Electrify America, for the green light to make my dreams come true. All right, so here, let's take a look at the charging speeds. Okay, so there we go. That's what I'm talking about. We're getting 73 kilowatts. 77's the peak. It might get there as the pack warms up. As I've noticed, I'm not sure if any other Kona owners have noticed out there, that when the pack gets hot, and I mean this is any EV, but particularly for the Kona, the charging kind of throttles at 67. Well, not throttles, it's the peaks, I mean, at 67. And then the rest of the charging curve seems to stay the same with my test. But as long as the battery pack is cold or good temperature, like, you know, 25, 30 degrees Celsius, it charges up to 77. So right now 73. I bet around 30% we might get 77 kilowatts, but we'll see how it goes. All right, well, I'm gonna go in the car, warm up a little bit, and then I will meet you all back out here once the charging's done. All right, so it tapered a little bit. Now we're at 69 kilowatts. It maxed out at like flickering between 74 and 75, which is about right. I checked the battery. At that point in time was around 30 degrees Celsius. Now it's 32 to 35, so it's definitely getting warmer. So soon it's gonna start to taper more, but we're gonna stay till about 55, maybe 60%, and then get going. We're still going against the wind going into Raleigh, so I wanna make sure I have a little bit of buffer to feel comfortable with. While we're still waiting, we got about 11 to 16% more to charge up. Let's take a look at these cabinets. I just like to look to see when they're built. I know they're Signet, and these ones were built, oh, look at that. So they were a little bit after, there we go, 2020. Oh no, these are way before. So these are much older than the last ones we used. 500 amps max, which is good. Here's the 350 kilowatt. Oops. It's taking a little bit longer to. February of 2020. Here's another 350, and I have to say, Emporia, all your chargers are working, so good for you. Good for you. This one's same date. And then we've got the old faithful Chatamo, looking a little rough. What do we got? Yep. So that's the same as the two 350s. So there you go. I do like the look of these Signet cabinets. Oh, sorry, got my finger in the frame there. I'm interested to see the new cabinets. I know they've rolled out some, but not nearby. Actually, I think there are some in Virginia I might go to just to check out. But yeah, not quite there yet. In Maryland, I guess. It says 9 minutes left till 80. We're not charging to 80. Still pulling 70 kilowatts. 33 kilowatt hours delivered. And so far, $9.61. Not bad. Half a tank of gas now would probably cost you $27. So we're at a third of the price, which is generally right. So the plan after this charger is we're gonna go straight to Raleigh. Once we get to Raleigh, we'll charge and we'll probably come back here, or maybe there is we'll go to the charger in Rocky Mount. We'll probably go there. Might be able to skip here, go to Richmond maybe. We'll see. Try and get to as many chargers on 95 as we can, but so far so good. Enjoying the trip. I don't mind sitting around a little bit to charge. It's always good to get out of the car and walk around, and it'd be nice if the Walmart was open. It doesn't open until 6 and it's 4:43, so just have to kind of wait outside in a parking lot. All right, we are charged up to 61% now. I'm gonna unplug in a second. It tapered at 58%. I wanted to get up to 60, so I think we have plenty of range. It's only 109 miles. We've got about 50-mile buffer, so should be good. We're able to get there and charge up so we can do the return leg of the Boomerang Challenge. So thanks for sticking around. Let's see if we can make it to Raleigh. All right, so we have made it. So one way, 341.4 miles, 3.6 miles per kilowatt hour for efficiency. And this is 5 hours and 19 of driving. That doesn't include charging. Including charging, we got here at like 6:30, I believe. That was 5 hours and 58 minutes. So we're gonna see how we're gonna have to push the return trip if we're gonna keep under 12. So we'll see how that goes. All right, let's go out and plug in. All right. Gotta put you down for a second. Short cable. Connecting to vehicle. All right. Oh. All right, initiating charging, ramping up. Loud, loud, loud. Got some BTC power. Made in, where's the date? find the date, but I'll come back and look for it later. There we go. Plugged in. Let's see what we got going on in here. We got 41 kilowatts. Not good. Not good at all. I'm gonna go in there and use the restroom. I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna change handles. That's not good. All right, good news. I went in, I used the restroom and got some cafe, and I came out and we got 71 kilowatts. So I don't know what that was about at 40. I've never seen that before. It usually ramps up decently quick, but whatever. It's good to go. I'm gonna hop in the car and see what we got going on, and then I'm gonna run over to Panera across the street and get me a breakfast sandwich. Get me. Oh, who am I? All right, so here in the car, yep, 72 kilowatts. Charging to 60%, 27 minutes. I am gonna, just in case, bump it up to 70%. I'm gonna go across the street to Panera, get some food, and then pretty much by the time I get back, I probably can head out, because I'm going back and we're stopping at Rocky Mount, maybe stopping at Emporia, and we're just gonna charger hop all the way back, hit as many chargers as we can, but limit the amount of time we're charging. So we'll see how that goes, and then I will talk to you all in a little bit. All right, so the charger went back to 43 kilowatts, which is not good. I ran over to Panera. They weren't open yet, so that was a bummer. They don't open until 7. So here I am. Let's see. I switched handles to see if that fixes any issues. Let's see. All right, here we go. $72 kilowatts. So it was this handle 1. So I'm gonna report that on PlugShare so people don't make the mistake I did. I did look on PlugShare and I didn't see that, or maybe I missed it. It was my fault. Oh well. So it's always good to know your charging curves. There I knew I should be getting 70 something, 60 to 70, and I was getting 40, so something was wrong. So if that happens, unplug, plug in somewhere else, see if you can get better results. I did that. All I had to do was switch handles going from 1 to 2, and now I got some good charging speed. I only need to charge up a little bit more, and then I am gonna go on the road to Rocky Mount and hopefully get some breakfast. All right, so funny enough, I was just listening to the Out of Spec podcast, and they were talking about charger site layouts. So this is an interesting one. So here they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plugs. 3 aren't working. Mine, the one handle wasn't working. For my spot, it's so tight. I mean, to fit a bigger car, like the Hummer EV or something like that, it's not gonna happen. Now what is nice though, here they have this end spot with a little extra something. So this could fit a bigger car, and maybe even potentially if you had a trailer, I guess you maybe could pull in, I don't know if you could say it, pull in kind of like diagonal and plug in and not be completely in the way and blocking this little entrance. But interesting. Then we got here Chatamo in the middle, unusual. And then two more here. And the guy's sleeping. And I have to say, I like his car though. Gotta love the Kona, 150. So, I mean, it's not the worst, but I feel like the spots, I mean, maybe they're okay, but especially these middle ones where I'm parked and where he's parked, a little tight. Here are all the cabinets whirring away. All right, but yeah, gotta love the Kona. All right, let's see where we're at. 34%. We can probably plug and go, unplug and go. I mean, Yeah, still getting 74 though. Yeah, Kona. 74. 74. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. You probably hate me now. All right, I'm gonna unplug and then we're gonna get going. All right, everybody, we're here. Rocky Mount, Electrify America, new Signet units came in 2020. Looks like all the Signets in North Carolina seem to be about the same time. Let's see what we got going here. We're charging. I do like the layout of the station. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 chargers. We got 2 350s, a 150, and then a 150 CHAdeMO, which is pretty cool. And then there's an extra spot there for the 350. Got this one here. And then there's a double wide there at the 150. I wish the double wide was not a CHAdeMO, but that's all right. But anyway, so at least right here, a truck that's towing could pull head in right here, plug in and not block the way. So that's nice. You could probably come straight in too, but all right, let's see what we got. 68 kilowatts. I'll take it. I'm gonna go run inside, grab some food, use the restroom, and see where we're going next. All right, we got 30%. Don't need to go too much more. 68 kilowatts. I'm gonna check my battery temp, see what's going on there. 16 kilowatt hours delivered. $5, 31 cents per kilowatt hour. We've been here for 14 minutes, enough for me to go to the bathroom, get some food. One thing I want to highlight that I do like about the station, aside from the layout, is boom, look at that, squeegee and trash can. So that's super awesome. So I all these sheets installs are pretty good, so good work, Electrify America. Looks nice. All the chargers are working, A+. And if you want, you can get a car wash, $15, pro finish. I'm not gonna do that, but you could do that if you wanted to. All right. Alrighty, we've got 40%, plenty of buffer, still going 69 kilowatts. Gonna go unplug. There it is, and get on our way. Thanks, sheets. See you next time. All right, everybody, I am on the road to Emporia again. We get to see it in daylight. Super excited. I'm hoping when we go there, maybe there's some traffic. If not, it's okay. But it's always nice to see that people are using the chargers. Obviously, I was there at like, I don't know, 3 in the morning or something like that, 4 in the morning. So no one was there. But maybe some people will be there this time. Gonna check and see if all the chargers are still working. Hopefully they are. We'll see. One thing I want to say, at my sheet stop, I overcharged a little bit. Not by a lot, but a little bit. But I want to tell everyone about the transitive property of charging. I don't know, I just made that up. So even though I overcharged there, that's less I have to charge at the next stop. So if, per se, for example, you go, you stop at like a Sheetz or somewhere and you grab food really quick, and like I just want to eat my sandwich because I'd rather not eat my sandwich while I'm driving. I saved an extra 5 minutes more than I needed to. No big deal. And now it's 5 minutes less I have to charge at the next charger. So not a big deal. I could, also drive faster if I wanted to. I'm not going to. I'm going to stay the speed limit. But that's another thing too. You could do with the extra juice you got to maybe make up the time you lost while you were eating your sandwich, or if you just were checking an email and lost track of time. So hope that's helpful. I'll save that for later. And that's a rule you can do for road trips when you're charger hopping, which is what I'm going to do this whole way back. I'm going to charger hop. So I'll make that 5 minutes up no time. All right, on to Emporia. All right, everybody, we made it here. Look at that. Weird scenario. Got a Mach-E plugged into 150, and then 350, and then a 150 CHAdeMO. I parked in the 350 because I wanted to leave the CHAdeMO open, because if two 800 volt vehicles come up, I'll just move. But I'm gonna plug in and then get going. And this is Emporia, our favorite place. It's a little bit oh, I don't like to look at that handle. Definitely looks a little better in the daytime than it did at night. Here we go, plugging in. We are charging up to 45%. That's what I decided. So that there's a little buffer, but all right. I'm gonna log off here and activate the charge. All right, we are all plugged in. Let's see what we got. See what juice we're getting. Please unplug. Charging session has stopped. Well, that's not good. Let's try that. All right, everybody. Had to run into Walmart real quick. All right, back out. This charger is working. Charger 3 in Emporia. 73 kilowatts. I was paying attention to the batteries that came here, and it did cool down to a reasonable temperature. It was like, I think 28 degrees Celsius, 30 degrees Celsius, which is like optimal charging. So we'll see how it ends after the charge. I used this one first, and I used the right handle, and it faulted out almost immediately. So I'm not sure what's up with that. It looks like this one's working. So hopefully that's still working for Leaf users. Again, I left that one open just in case a Leaf. I feel like there's more Leaf users than vehicles that can charge at 350 kilowatts. So I left that one open. And then we've got this nice looking Mach-E. Killer. And they're charging up here. See what they got, 77%. And they're doing 59 kilowatts. So there you go. All right, so hopefully we'll be out of here soon. Again, I'm charging to 45%. We only need 15 more percent, and then we're on our way to Richmond, which is a big install. Eight chargers, dispensers. So pretty psyched about that. See if there's any cool cars we can check out and whatnot. Here, let's get the inside view. Inside view. There it is. 73 kilowatts. All right, we're all charged up to 44%. One less than I said I was going to. Not a problem. 105 miles of range, plenty to get us to the next charger. Thank you, Emporia. Met the guys who drove the Mach-E, very nice. They said it's actually the first time charging on a public network in a while because they charge at home. And I said, that's right, that's what you should do. And if you've listened to any of my videos, you know that's my opinion, where only charge on the public networks if you're road tripping or if you live in an apartment. All right, or if you don't have access to an outlet, at least for your house. So maybe if you live on you know, like in a city or something like that, in a row home, and you can't get that would be another good use. But all right, off we go. Richmond, here we come. All right, everybody, made it to Richmond, plugged in, charging. All my charging stops have been perfect for bathroom breaks, so I had to run in to go to the bathroom first. Now I'm coming back out. I did check the Electrify America app, and my charge did initiate, so that was good. That could have been a bad day. Let's see what we got here. Yep, good. I don't know, you probably can't see that, but it does in fact say 73 kilowatts. We're at 21% state of charge. I only need to go to, I believe, 35. And then we're gonna be out of here and move on to the next one. Excellent. Yeah, I've kind of been, I've definitely been too conservative at my charging stop. So I'm gonna be a little bit more aggressive this one, see if I can make up a little bit of time. All right, I'm gonna take you all around this charging station so you can see what it looks like. I am a big fan of this one. All right, here we are. This is nice. So I think all the containers are behind a brick wall, which is nice. So you don't have to see them. Then we got a 350, nice and big. A 350, I'll talk about that in a second. 150, 150, 150, 150. And 150, and then a 150 Chatham Mill with lots of extra. I don't get the extra parking spots down there, but maybe, you know what? Maybe that might be the perfect spot for a truck to pull in. Solid charging stop, much better than a lot of the other ones. Huge spots, plenty of room. Looks like everything looks pretty good. Let's see, maybe that, I can't tell if any are offline. Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna talk about this. I don't know what this guy's doing. He's a Kona. Look, Kona, just like me, can max charge at 35. Yeah, that one looks good. Can max charge, at 77 kilowatts on a good day, and he's going at on a 350. Not sure what he's thinking. Maybe he doesn't know. Or maybe that one looks good. So it's a 150 that he could have plugged into. My 150 was open too. So he's just wasting the 350. Oh well, can't win them all. All right. And he's charging up to 88, 89%. Fascinating. Fascinating. Nice Bolt UV over there. Very nice. You know, it's growing on me. I don't mind it that much. All right, here we are inside. Looks like sports betting partner of the NFL. Turn that off. Looks like it tapered a little bit to 68 kilowatts. I'd bet the farm that is a battery issue. So I bet my battery's just a little too warm. So it pulled, it's requesting less so that it doesn't heat up as much. So, but that's not a big deal because we are gonna be leaving in about 8%. So I can live with 69 kilowatts. All right, everybody, I'm on my way. I took a little bit more time than I wanted to. The guy in the Kona, he finally came up, and I was trying to tell him, like, I don't know, I wouldn't charge up that high. You're only charging at 21 kilowatts, but he didn't listen, so it's up to him. He can waste as much time as he wants, but yeah, I reckon, again, as soon as the Kona tapers below, I would say the 60, but if it below the 50 drop, I would pull and go. I would not wait any longer than that, especially if you're on a road trip. And if you're charging up for home, charge up to, 85, 90, and then, take the whatever mile or two drive home. But I definitely would not charge it up as much as he did. Absolutely not. All right, on to, what's the next one? Stafford, Virginia. On to Stafford. Right. Hey everybody, I wanted to chime back in there. So after talking to that guy and trying to tell him, I wanted to, maybe some of you have never seen any of my videos before, and I wanted to explain what I meant. So what I'm doing is I'm charging up to as much as I need to get to the next charger, because I know when I get to that charger, I'm going to get max speeds, okay? The 70, well, I've been getting 74 on this trip, or if my battery's too warm, 68, okay? And I leave, and then I was there for, I don't know, 10 minutes, right? If I keep doing that 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, so 90%, which is what he charged up to, would have taken me 30 minutes, but it took him an hour. Does that make sense? So it doesn't make any sense to charge up that much, really, ever, unless you're maybe an apartment, you live in an apartment, or on the or on a street where you can't get charging access. That is fine, but like aside from that, there's just no reason to do that. If you want to charge up to 100 and you have a charger at home, plug it in home, charge up to 100, leave, go on your road trip, and then never charge to 100 again. It's just, charger hopping is the way to go if you're road tripping. Yeah, and so that's, again, and I've talked about this in other videos, that's why it's important to know your charging curve, so you know when should I go, when do I start wasting time by staying at a charger. Because if yours tapers below the speeds you would get at the next charger with the lower state of charge, then you might as well pull it and go to the next charger. Anyways, hopefully that made sense. It hurts my heart to see people wasting their time charging their car, and it could potentially be a reason why they explain to another person why they don't like an electric car, and then they don't then people don't want to switch over to electric cars. So I feel like it's my duty to try at least. All right, on to the next charger. Here we go, Stafford, Virginia. Great little install here. Comes 10 chargers. Got a Chatamo. Again, I'm not sure why there's a giant parking spot for a Chatamo, but whatever. This one's pretty good. It looks like all of them are online, ones that ever happen. We've got some Signet units running at made in May 2020. All of them look, this one's update. I know, that's just stuck. So it looks like all of them are up and running, which is good. Good. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 150s, 2 350s down there at the end. And then you got your treadmill. So awesome install. Loving it. Up to 31%. About to pull and go. I might run and use the restroom real quick. Still got 69 kilowatts there. So great install. Also, I don't know if you saw the Lucid Air. Talked to the owner. He's super cool. Awesome looking car. He was pulling up to 300, and then or no, I think it's a 200, high 200. So super cool to see those cars in real life. All right, go to the restroom, then we're leaving. I am gonna say one thing. My one complaint is this charger is really far away from the door. It's a minor complaint, but it's fine. I'll get my exercise in. I've had too many snacks anyway, so it'll be all right. Sorry, I got a little too close to my head. All right, off we go. All right, making my way back to the car. Probably good enough to go. Only need 100 miles to get back to our final destination. If not, I might sit, give a little bit of a buffer, and then we're gonna finish this out. Not gonna have a very good time, but I hit a little bit of traffic. I wasn't as aggressive, so I don't know if I want to do this again in the Kona, but I might just take this as a good first attempt at the Boomerang, and then I'll see what happens with the ID4. I know I can be a little bit more aggressive with the ID4, so oh well. All right, so I just checked. We only need 95 miles to get there. I've got 99, but it's getting a little bit hotter. I might run some AC, so I'm gonna put a decent sized buffer. Right now it's charging at 69 kilowatts, so as soon as it gets below that, I'm gonna pull and go, and then we should make it. I might have to cut the AC eventually, but you know. Actually, I have 101 with AC on. Now I'm still gonna put a little bit more of a buffer. Maybe I'll go up to 50 and then I'll pull and go. All right, so I will catch up with you all in a little bit. All right, just pulled. We're at 51%. Should be able to make it. If not, there's a ton of bailouts. So let's try and do it. Here we go. All right, so hit a little bit of traffic. I like to take this time. I've been kind of like, because this is the first run of the Boomerang, and I've been thinking about like the intent of this. And you know, I'm kind of cool with the traffic, because in a real life scenario, if you're driving on 95 and you're doing the East Coast and you're going north and going through DC to go south, I mean, you're gonna hit traffic. And this is a part of life, so I'm cool with that. But I'm totally owning up to this is never gonna be scientific, and it's gonna be hard to compare, but it will at least be interesting to compare to see how different cars do on this route. Now, I would imagine the traffic patterns are gonna be pretty close for when I test them out. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be exactly the same, but I would imagine at this time of day, going through DC, I'm gonna hit this traffic as long as I leave at the same time. But I might, if I'm in a car that's faster and I end up doing this Boomerang test faster, I might miss this traffic, which again, kind of proves the point of some cars where if you're able to charge faster, go faster, and go farther faster, you might miss traffic. So again, I'm cool with the traffic, but I hope you all don't get upset that I started saying it was scientific, and it's definitely not scientific anymore. I've resigned myself to that fact, but I still think it's a really cool test, and I look forward to doing more of these with more cars. All right, everybody, we are making the final ascent to Owings Mills. It's been a long day, but we're almost there. Had great efficiency on that last leg, 4.4 miles per kilowatt hour. We're able to kind of build back some of those tough early stretches we had on the return trip. So, not too bad. About to pull in, and then we'll count the numbers. All right, we are here. Official time, 2:11. 2:11 is the official time. Check out the stats, 691 miles, 3.7 miles per kilowatt hour consumption, not too shabby. And 11 hours and 7 minutes of driving. That does not count the charging. I'm gonna tally up all those. I'm gonna plug in, go to the bathroom, come back, tally that in, and then I'll get you all the numbers. All right, everybody, we are back in Owings Mills. The sun is shining. I was able to get a little snack, go to use the restroom, and here we are. These two chargers still down. So Electrify America, let's fix them. Come on. This is all we got in the Owings Mills area, closest to Carroll County. This is all we got. We've got two working chargers. That's it. So I did send you all a message about getting one put in my hometown in Westminster, Maryland. That would be awesome, but if these ones could work, that'd be great too. But anyways, now for the numbers. So first off, the total trip time was 13 hours and 39 minutes. It was way longer than I thought it was gonna be, but there was traffic, and if you watch the whole video, you know that I kind of liked that there was traffic and there were issues and things didn't work, and I had to use the restroom and stuff like that, because that's how a real road trip would be. So I hope you all can kind of see that you can do those things and it still doesn't throw you off too much. So 13 hours, 39 minutes of total trip. There was 11 hours and 8 minutes of driving time. So that's not too bad. That's about 5.5 hours, which is kind of what the estimate would be if I was in an ICE car. But that does include stopping at a gas station, going to the bathroom, whatever else you might need to do. And then out of the 1339, 2 hours and 31 minutes of it was charging / transitioning to charging issues. I had some minor issues, no major issues. I was able to charge at every stop. But there were some things. So I didn't divide that up by the number of stops, but I feel like I had Let's see if I can do it in my head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think 7 stops. So, I mean, it's like 20-ish minutes per. That's pretty normal if you're with the family. And I know I've spent way more at stops with my family, stopping, getting food, going to the bathroom. So really not unreasonable. I did drive 691 miles, which I said already, and that is, if you were to drive that one way, instead of me going to Raleigh and back, that would be Brunswick, Georgia, which I wasn't too familiar with. Sorry, any viewers from Brunswick, Georgia, but it's pretty close to Florida. So I covered a great distance, and you can do that too in an EV in at least 13 hours and 39 minutes. If you don't have traffic, if you have a faster charging EV, if you have an EV with longer range, it can be even more reasonable. So in my humble Kona, I was able to do it, but I feel like if you get a good road tripper, which the Kona is not, the Kona is a passable road tripper, but if you get a good road tripper, like any number of cars, Mach-E, Ioniq 5, I'm really struggling right now, Kia EV6, ID4, anything like that, it really wouldn't be that bad. So hope you all enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please give me a like and a subscribe below. Hey, give me comments. What did you think? What's been your experience? Have you ever been to these chargers? I don't know. What vehicle would you want to road trip in? What vehicles have you road tripped in? Leave that below. Would you like me to try and go somewhere else? What were your thoughts about the Boomerang Challenge? Just leave that below. I like to comment back and get back to people, so I look forward to that. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and thanks for watching The Average EV.